So Fode and Bede from the Starbecue podcast had us on last week. So thank you guys.
Which you'll be hearing later on.
Not right now.
Not right now.
Or maybe you heard it prior to. I don't know when you're listening to this shit.
Do you have a fucking time machine? I don't know.
DeLorean. So we were kind of discussing the rise and fall of Anakin and why he fell. And obviously Palpatine plays a large part into it. But I'll describe both sides of the coin here. So my argument, and I think Commander's, was that he was overly into his work. He was too dedicated to his work, and he was trying to be the perfect Jedi, and that waned on him and hurt his relationship with Padmé, and things kind of just crumbled from there. Fode and Bede were like complete opposite. They said no, that he was overly engaged in his relationship, and that's when he started slipping on his work. And it blew my mind because I'd never even thought like that was an option.
Right.
Now, with everything said, I think it's a little bit of both. He was trying to be the perfect Jedi and the perfect husband.
Yeah.
So those two structures cannot work together. You
True.
can't be married and you can't be the perfect Jedi.
Well,
so
you're not supposed to be married in the first place, so.
Right. So I think we're both correct on our thinking. But I do think it's a little bit of both. After thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't.
There's no such thing as a perfect Jedi, first of all. So you're gonna miss out on that.
You also can't devote 100% to two different things.
See, you said it best. You heard it here first.
Heard it here last. Yeah, man, I think he was just overly obsessed with being as good as he possibly could as a Jedi.
See, but my argument is
to a downfall.
Yeah, my argument on him being overly into or just focused too much on work was he was too much focused on work even before Padmé.
That's true. All he wanted to do was build droids and build pod racers and help people and free the slaves and see all the stars in the galaxy. And
a lot of the patrons were discussing that he can't let anything go, and that's his downfall. He can't not be the greatest Jedi. He can't not be the best husband. He can't not be the savior of the universe because that's his role.
And by trying to do all those things, he's the worst at all of them.
Well, not the worst. He can't be.
He kills his wife. He fucking kills all the Jedi.
I mean, 2 out of 3.
And his mom dies, and he never goes back to Tatooine.
Yeah. The other discussion we were having is who was the most pivotal female in his life, and the 3 were his mother, Padmé, and Ahsoka, and that was blowing my mind.
That's hard to think about too, yeah.
Because Ahsoka and Padmé overlap so much.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think his mom was early on, yes, but when he became a Jedi, and of course after she died, I think he had come to terms with that. So he
stopped listening to her. I feel like he had a lot of good foundation and stuff from his mom before he left Tatooine. But then as he got more and more into the Jedi and especially into the war, he stopped listening to his mom's advice.
That's what we all do.
Yeah, it's true.
You should brush your hair. Fuck you.
I don't want to, Mom. I'm trying to save the galaxy.
I'm trying to save the galaxy, not do my hair.
He does have nice hair, though.
Yeah, it's very true.
2 interesting questions, and that's one thing I love about Star Wars. On the surface level, it seems simple. Like, here's a story, A to B. When you dive into it, he has a lot of conflict from a lot of different places, and I don't know what made the biggest impact on him.
See,
because if you watch the Clone Wars and then sit back and reflect on it, it's like obviously it's Ahsoka, but then if you watch the movies, obviously it's Padmé.
Yeah, if I had to pick one, I would argue that it's actually Ahsoka. I see Shinobi over here says it's definitely Padmé. I would argue it's Ahsoka because from Padawan to I don't even know what you would consider her now, a Jedi Knight. That's a gray Jedi, I guess. She is 100% his, and his fault, and his that's from the basis of learning how to lift rocks to from Snips to Ahsoka, basically. It's his. It's his.
It's his job to build that relationship and train her.
Like, I feel like Padmé has her own things going on. Like, she's a senator, she's a queen, she's a a
Diplomat.
hairstylist. So I think like
model.
outside of Anakin, she can live her own life. I think Ahsoka got to that point, but it was the most heartbreaking thing for Anakin. I don't know.
I like the discussion. No doubt about that, eh?
No doubt about that. It starts with his mom, Shmi.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. That's kind of what sets him on the path, but he just stops. He gets so consumed with, I don't know, maybe he knows like deep down that he's like the strongest. And obviously he doesn't like boast about that, but feels a responsibility to try to use that power to help the Jedi Order. And it just takes over because all he wants to do is the right thing to a fault.
I'm going to be the first one to see them all. Oh my God.
What the fuck is a waffle biscuit? Padilla just says she's a waffle biscuit.
I am not. That's one thing I am not Googling because that's going to be some crazy shit. All right.